Welcome to Rank Rhino, where you can learn it all. Today, we'll be going through the top 10 movie villains that we couldn't help but love. In this list, we're taking a look at characters that are supposed to be evil, but we ended up rooting for them nonetheless. Number 10. Chucky.
I said talk to me, damn it! All right.
Chucky is one of the most popular characters in the horror franchise. The iconic doll from the Child's Play series, which features 7 movies and a 2019 remake, is known for his twisted sense of humor, clever plans, and cute appearance. Chucky started his life as a human serial killer by the name of Charles Lee Ray, also known as the Lakeshore Strangler. He turned into the iconic Chucky doll after using voodoo magic to transfer his soul into the doll as he lay dying after a shootout with the police.
But, my real name is Charles Lee Ray.
Chucky is sadistic, egotistical, extremely psychotic, and he has a disgusting way with words, which is why everyone loves him. Although we know he's a crazy serial killer, we can't help but enjoy his witty remarks and adorable appearance. Number 9. Hans Landa.
So you're Aldo the Apache.
Quentin Tarantino is a master at creating movies with villains that make you re-evaluate your expectations. On screen, Nazis tend to have a specific image: psychotic, aggressive, and barbarous. Hans Landa from Inglourious Basterds is something entirely different as a character. Hans is one of the most polite and likable people in the movie. He's a great conversationalist, he's cultured, he speaks multiple languages, and he's a great detective. He is a psychopath, but he's also oddly charming. Oscar-winning actor Christopher Waltz manages to craft a character with the perfect blend of self-confidence, charm, and wickedness. Although his nickname in the movie is the Jew Hunter, you find yourself looking for ways to excuse his actions. Number 8. Killmonger.
When black folks started revolutions, they never had the firepower.
There's nothing more polarizing than a villain with perfectly reasonable motives, and that's precisely what Black Panther's Killmonger is. In the movie, Michael B. Jordan plays Eric Stevens, a former Black Ops operative who takes the role of a revolutionary. Killmonger aims to overthrow his cousin, King T'Challa, ruler of Wakanda, so that he can take over the country and sell vibranium weaponry to other countries in the name of his deceased father. His motivation comes from other countries taking artifacts from Wakanda and putting them in museums, which he takes as a sign of disrespect to his heritage. Killmonger is a villain that blends arrogance, megalomania, and swagger. Michael B. Jordan's excellent performance is one of the main reasons why this character is considered as one of the best Marvel movie villains ever. Number 7. Gollum.
They stole it from us.
Power can corrupt anyone, and the Lord of the Rings Gollum is the perfect depiction of that. Formerly known as a peaceful creature called Smeagol, Gollum was deformed physically and twisted mentally after holding Sauron's One Ring. The result? He's ready to cheat, steal, and kill to stay alive and protect his precious ring.
We are famished. Yes, famished.
Although the Lord of the Rings has bigger, more dangerous villains than Gollum, the character serves as a perfect reminder of the corrupting power of Sauron. Gollum might be a consistent problem for Sam and Frodo, but he's also the most fun and adorable character in the series. As Gandalf says, he's a creature that should be pitied above all else, and most fans of the series just want to give him a hug. Number 6. Loki.
The hell was that?
Even though the MCU has a ton of memorable superheroes, there are villains that we end up remembering way more than any of the protagonists. One of those villains is Tom Hiddleston's witty, scheming character Loki. Loki is a multifaceted character in the movies, with him playing the role of an anti-hero and the role of the main antagonist. He has an awesome backstory and a ton of memorable jokes and punchlines, like in the Puny God scene.
Of this.
Hiddleston does an excellent job of crafting a cool character that's hard to dislike, even though he's constantly trying to conquer the world. Loki is intelligent, clever, and devilish, which makes him one of the funniest and most unpredictable characters in the MCU. Number 5. Hannibal Lecter.
Good evening, gentlemen.
The Silence of the Lambs is a classic movie, and Anthony Hopkins' depiction of Hannibal Lecter is one of the most memorable performances ever. Although a genius psychopathic cannibal might not be the type of character you'd expect to love, you could not be further from the truth. Lecter is intelligent, charming, and calculating. You always know he has something up his sleeve, and you can't wait to see what his next move is. He's constantly playing mind games with everyone around him, silently manipulating them to do what he wants.
People will say we're in love.
He's also a man of fine taste, an educated scholar, and an excellent conversationalist. Sure, he murders and eats people, but he also mainly targets the rude and uncivilized, and he helps FBI agent Starling track down a serial killer. All of this makes him a villain you'd love to have a chance to talk with. Number 4. Tyler Durden.
If you could fight any celebrity, who would you fight? Live or dead?
The first rule of Fight Club is that we talk about Fight Club way too much. What's so fascinating about Tyler is that he's not an obvious antagonist. Sure, he's chaotic and he doesn't care about how he affects other people, but he's also the person that the movie's main protagonist inspires to be.
It's only after we've lost everything that we're free to do anything.
Tyler Durden is a figment of Edward Norton's imagination, and he's seemingly the perfect badass. He's full of charisma, he's powerful, and he gets everything he wants. Basically, he represents a dark corner of the male mind that always exists but is never seen. Okay, Tyler sets up an illegal underground fight club that turns into an anarchistic plot to take over the world, but he's also extremely magnetic and intriguing. The movie might put his dark philosophies into question, but it explains them in a way that makes sense. Number 3. Gustavo Fring.
I have an offer that I think will be of interest to you. $3 million.
We might be cheating a bit here, as Breaking Bad is a TV show and not a movie, but it was hard not to put Mr. Fring in the list. He's very convincing after all. Gustavo is seemingly the perfect villain, psychopathic and calculated, but also charismatic and well-mannered. He built his drug empire in the background while playing the role of a soft-spoken businessman running his own fast food joint.
Is it okay, Mr. Fring? You can go home, Lyle.
Gus is seemingly impossible to defeat, always planning multiple steps ahead, and always ready to do what's required for his business to continue its operations. His plans seemed as impeccable as his wardrobe, which makes it all the more impressive Walter managed to defeat him. He's truly an evil genius you can't help but admire. Number 2. Darth Vader. Darth Vader is one of the greatest movie villains of all time. Whenever he appeared on the screen, you instantly recognize him as the major antagonist that breathes fear into the heart of the main heroes. Vader has an awesome backstory in which you can slowly see his transformation from the soft-hearted hero Anakin to the Emperor's strongest weapon. He also has many iconic TV moments, with the biggest one being the "I am your father" scene.
No, I am your father.
He may have been a Sith Lord that killed many Jedi, but he's also an awesome character. His death comes after a great redemption arc in which he saves his son, Luke, and manages to reconcile with him briefly, proving that there's always more to a character than simply being evil. Number 1. The Joker.
He's just the beginning.
There's simply no movie villain as flamboyant and terrifying as the Joker. No one expects a man with a purple suit and clown makeup to be the most iconic movie villain of all time, but the Joker isn't just any man.
Very poor choice of words.
The Joker is chaos incarnate. He does things simply because he enjoys anarchy. He wants to make the system unravel. In the movies, no one ever knows what his next step is, and he's unpredictable, has zero remorse, and refuses to fall into a stereotype. He's also dramatic and intriguing. You can't help but be excited about what his next move will be. You find yourself cheering him on as he blows up a hospital or puts a knife in someone's mouth. Sure, you feel bad later, but his sadistic antics are entrancing. The Joker is simply too fascinating of a character for you not to love him. Okay, thanks for watching guys. Who's your favorite villain of all time? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe.